Hi, just talking about the Dow again. It's the 12th of April, and this data is from the 9th, the Friday. Okay, some interesting things sort of unfolding here on the chart. We'll just go back and refresh you. The inverted head and shoulders here, and we had a target back up here. Okay, at this level. That was basically drawn from breaking the neckline down here. Okay, and we've been going along quite nicely, and we've done pretty much a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're just looking for wave 5. It does seem to be petering off here a little bit, but don't underestimate, because at the moment I reckon the chart is very bullish. We had a very good strong bottom down here with 2 eaves and an atom. Okay, you'll find that we have a fib set just up a little bit higher here, which is thrown back. It's a fib projection back from the run from 2 to 3, comes out up at our next fib high. So we might be under targeting this, but it's the head and shoulders target. Okay, and they're pretty good at making them, so I'm not surprised that it's gone along like it has. What I've also done is put in a standard error band. I had it in before, but I just didn't have it set quite properly, and now I've just set it with a midline. Okay, basically going through all these bottoms here. Okay, bottoms there and bottoms there, and I'm a bit more happier with that, and they tend to gravitate towards the midline. Okay, so that's another thing to look at. Also, what we need to look at here are indicators, and then I'll come back to the candles. On the indicators here, we've got the MACD, and I'll show it to you as I'd see it on the screen. That's about to turn up again, okay, and do a nice little convergence and turn up and go. So that's basically a buy signal. We have our scoth here, okay, which is turned. Now this is my fast scoth too. It's a 5, 3 and 3. If anyone's thinking, wow, why is it so different from this, that's why. Okay, the other thing that we have here, which is very interesting, is the short entries have been triggered on the DEMA, and the DEMA is now heading up again. Now if we put in like a parallel line here, I just went for averages, it might only just run to the top of that line, okay, which you sort of see there. Okay, it could just run up to here, but all that to me is also looking a little bit inverse head and shoulders here on the indicator. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind as well. But yeah, short entries have definitely been triggered. Now also, if these tops were just getting higher and higher and higher until we had this low here, so it could all be a case that it just wants to go up. Okay, now that's only 62 on a DEMA. They can run to 70, 80. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it wants to go some more. Okay, but that's quite a bullish short entry, and it's quite bullish to see the DEMA kicking back up again. So I'm quite bullish on this at the moment. It's looking very much like that to me. The other thing to look at is candlesticks. Candles here we have a new closing high. So, and once you always get around one of those levels where it's like we're talking 1100 here. Yeah, it's going to have a couple of cracks at it, and then it's just going to wake up one day and go. Okay, we're up towards the top of the Bollinger. Okay, it was 7-day, 14, everything just going into line. Okay, there's some more about moving averages and what have you we'll talk about on the weekly chart. So at the moment, you know, all for the daily, but that's a good little tweezer bottom there on the candles, right on the 14-day moving average. Okay, I'd expect this, and this was on a Friday night, I'd expect a Monday night, where 80% of Monday nights are up, for this to really get on and boogie tonight. Let's just go and have a look at the weekly before we run out of time here. Now the weekly is really interesting. Here we go. Perfect little up candle. Okay, the thing to look at here is the 200-day moving average has started to flatline. Okay, and the Bollinger is starting to go up through it. Okay, here's the standard error channels. Okay, just came off the bottom there, quite a bit more to move. Okay, now the figure to look, if this 200 is going to be the top to look for, is that figure there. Okay, the 11,132. Okay, we've got 11,274 as our target. Okay, bear that in mind. We've had another buy signal since we did the last video created in here, and it stayed true. Okay, the standard error channel fits perfectly with the 30-day moving average. Okay, things to bear in mind there. Just having a look at indicators here, we've had a kick, we've had a buy on the weekly, which still has a long way to go. Okay, the scoth on the weekly is getting up there. Okay, it's getting up there, but it could turn around and do this again. Okay, like it did through basically wave 3. Okay, so something to look at there. So I wouldn't be afraid of the stochastic. Anyway, the interesting bit is the DEMA. Okay, and the DEMA, the weekly DEMA, has been perfectly providing us with buys and sells. Okay, when it comes off, when it doesn't. It at the moment hasn't yet, like it did here, got above the actual DEMA filter. That's the DEMA filter there. This is a short entry and short exits. Okay, when they trade above that like that, that's quite bullish. Okay, but it's trying to do that now. If you have a look now, so that's trying to do that now. Get above the DEMA and trade above the DEMA again. It's also trying to curve out a little bit, so it could be like a wave 5 that it turns out to be a little bit flat in the end. That's what you would expect. Okay, basically the one. But just to go on now, because I'm just about out of time, I'll just show you the monthly chart. Okay, here's the monthly chart, because we're just about out of time. There we go. The thing to look at here is we've had these support levels in the past, and you'd expect it, but we've had a big kick off the 14-day moving average off the 200, and the 7's now going through the 30, so I'd expect something happening, because these candles are very bullish. This could push right up through. It's at this high end of the bullish part of the Gann grid. Something else to look at as well. Okay, that number there is basically where that 50-day moving average is. Just to have a look at the indicators on this, and the thing is, the DEMA is still very low, so it's got miles more to go, and it's kicked by again and again and again on 3 different indicators here. So yeah, this could keep on going quite easily for quite some time, quite a lot of time, even though the MACD up here just might flatten out and, you know, sort of go sideways for a while, but it's still got room to move as well. So yeah, it's interesting to me at the moment. I think the Dow is very bullish.